Welcome to the Rap Lab, Rap Lab, Rap Lab. Welcome to the Rap
Ladies and
Lab.
gentlemen, it's Monday, so you know what that means. It's all new episode of the Rap Lab podcast. It's your boy, the Hoochie Daddy numero uno, the Candyman, the ALFRE to the D.
Oh, it's your boy, the one and only, all caps, no spaces, the Rev Barber MC.
It's the one and only True G. Just call me the QG, and we just want to send our condolences to the victims out there in South Street in Philadelphia. There was another shooting. This is getting out of hand, y'all. This is ridiculous. 3 dead, 12 injured. Something needs to be done, man. We want peace for everybody out there. So just wanted to say that in the intro. Our hearts and condolences to the victims.
Yeah, man, put the guns down. Y'all supposed to be the city of brotherly love, man. Like,
It's
come on.
everywhere, man. It's copycats. You have it happen in Texas. You got to happen in New York. You got to happen in Philly. It's everywhere. It needs to stop.
Yeah, put the guns down. Pick up a pen and a piece of paper, man. But so today on the Rap Lab, we're gonna discuss the news. Not much in the way of news, but a couple of things that stand out. The first thing being Hi the Prince. This is Joe Budden on Sway in the Morning in a freestyle. Joe Budden responded on Twitter. This stemmed back to when Joe said he was a better rapper than Hi. What's your thoughts, Q?
Well, Sahai did it the right way. He was on Sway in the morning, and the freestyle was over You're the Man by Nas. And he said, I get aggravated with salt. F around and catch a aggravated assault. Joe Budden, why you got so much hate in your heart? They're going to make you F around and make you hate in the art. Don't see much time I could waste on that mark. And please save your remarks because your radio personality never has personality. Come and see me in person, virtual reality. And it's bars, it's competition. And Joe responded on Twitter as he always does, where he says, "Why is High doing that to my name while I'm on vacation? That's not nice." And with that nasty bar too, you lot so lucky. I mean, come on, it's crazy. High challenged Joe Budden back in 2016 to a $500,000 for a battle. Joe said he would have ended High's career if they ever clashed in a cipher. That's where all that stems from. So after a long gap, Sahai decides to up the ante and go at him now. I don't know. Joe's retired. I don't think he's going to respond to this. Rev, what do you think about it? Or Candy, man, what you got? Let's go,
Yeah, as
bro.
far as like Hi and Joe Budden go, you right. They do have history a couple years ago. Um, as far as Joe, he has his podcast and he got to expect this, man. If he's taking shots at like certain rappers or if he wants to call himself being like the media, he has to expect the backlash, which I'm sure he does. I'm just wondering which of these MCs is gonna push this man to come back to the booth because,
Hmm.
Joe Budden definitely has a lot of followers, a lot of support. Has his own fan base. I wouldn't say like I'm one of them, but I respect what he did behind the mic and all the mood music and everything he's put out. But Sci is dope too, man. Don't forget,
Oh yeah.
his pen game is dope. He's Ghost Road for Kanye West on a couple of occasions, but I'm just wondering what's really gonna get Joe back into the booth.
Who do you think would have won that $500,000 battle if they did it?
I say Sci would have won.
All
Joe
right.
for some reason like I forgot who he battled. Was it Math?
No. Are you talking about on Wax or oh, it was Hollow.
Okay,
It was
okay.
Hollow
Yeah,
the
yeah,
Don.
yeah, yeah. Yeah. He didn't I felt like he didn't show up to that. I feel like when rappers like the more known rappers like step to that platform, they just shit the bed for some reason. I
I
don't
agree.
understand why.
And he
It
was
was a,
winning the battle.
it was a different animal. That's why.
He was
Mm,
winning too. He was winning, and then he dropped the mic out of frustration. And when you drop the mic in a battle, that's an automatic I give up.
right.
Candyman?
Well, I'm gonna put it like this. I don't really care for this beef. Number one, because Joe Budden is a clown, in my opinion. I've never liked Joe Budden ever since I heard bump it up. Like I like Slaughterhouse, but he was my least favorite member of the group. And it just seems like Joe Budden just can't stay out of controversy. getting involved in beef with Sci-Hi, the whole slaughterhouse split earlier this year. Like come on, man, cut the clown shit. My man can't even, my man isn't even involved in podcast beef, bro. Come on, man. Like, yo, I understand that people love Joe Budden, but man, this nigga's a clown, man.
I like
As
his
far,
music. He has some songs, but yeah, I like his music.
yeah, but this is clown behavior. And then Sci-Hi, man, ain't nobody checking for no Sci-Hi to Prince, bro.
That's not true. That's not true.
Nobody,
Speak for
nobody,
yourself.
nobody,
Speak for
nobody,
yourself.
nobody
Sci-Hi
checking for
has
that
dope
man, bro.
music. So that means you're a nobody.
What?
That means you're a nobody. If you keep saying nobody, 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 speak for yourself. You don't speak for everybody.
Listen, man, I haven't checked for Sci-Hi to Prince since 2010, bro.
Well, that's your business. You don't speak for everybody. Sci-Hi has good music. If you're not into it, you're not into it.
Bro,
Change that phrase and say, I'm not checking for Sci-Hi.
bro,
That's respectable.
it's the battle of a guy who never was against a clown, bro. I
That's
could
not
care
true.
less.
That's not true at all, man. You don't decide who is a never was and who's a clown. If you don't listen to the music, you don't listen to it. That's fine. That's your bravado. But you can't stand there and speak for everybody and say nobody checking for Sci-Hi. Sci-Hi is dope. And
Would you disagree with me?
Joe has great music.
So hold on. So you don't think Joe Budden's a clown?
Joe Budden has done some things. Joe Budden has done some things. There's no question. It's controversy. He's done some things that a lot of people don't like, but I'm not gonna hate on the man's music. If I'm a
Bro,
fan of the music, I'll
bro,
give him his music due.
bro. This is not, bro. Rappers don't announce retirement. They just stop rapping, bro.
That's not true. That's not true. You know how many rappers have announced retirement? Even
Like
one of your
who?
favorites said, "Hey, the last album gonna be my last album." You remember that? That's
But was
announcing
it?
retirement.
And was it his last
That's
album?
announcing retirement.
But was it his last
Jay
album?
Z announced retirement. It doesn't matter if it's the
But
last
was
album
it
or
his
not.
last
You
album?
just said rappers don't announce retirement. Yes, they do. It has
Well,
nothing to do with the last album or not. If you say it's your last album, if you say even Too Short said he was retiring. Everybody that has said that they retired, either they stay retired or come back. That's their business. But people have announced their retirement.
listen, bro. Everybody that announces their retirement ends up coming back.
It
Bro.
doesn't matter if they come back or not. They
First
still
off,
announce it.
let me get you to understand something. When the Colonel did it, it was a ploy to sell records, bro.
Fine. Fine. So did Jay-Z. But you
No,
can't
but
sit there.
no,
Yes,
no,
yes.
no,
So
no,
did
no,
Jay
no,
Z.
no,
So did
no,
Jay
no.
Z. We talked about the Black Album.
The
Yeah,
Black
no,
Album was
Jay Z did that as a ploy,
He
man.
did
Come
that
on.
as a ploy.
bro.
Everybody knows that.
That album was a classic, bro.
It wouldn't have sold 5 million if he didn't announce
It
retirement
wasn't
and
no
then come with the Fade to
classic.
Black tour.
The
You
Black
know what he
Album
was
was a
doing.
classic, bro.
I
What? No
don't. It was a
way.
good album, but I'm not gonna say
Yeah.
it's a classic.
We should put up a poll on Instagram and
You
have
could
the
pull
people
up. You could
decide.
pull up. You could pull up whatever poll you want. You know as well as I do. Who does a Fade to Black tour? Who does this? I'm retiring to sell 5 million
Yeah.
records. That's why it sold 5 million.
And people were crying. Were you crying when you thought Jay Z was leaving?
No, I didn't cry.
Because there were people crying on the left, on my right. When I went to that concert in the Barclays, people were
That's right.
crying.
That's right.
Did
Rev
you
is
cry?
Or
absolutely
Madison
right.
Square Garden, rather.
Rev is absolutely correct.
Rev, did you cry or get emotional?
I cried out of anger because everybody else was idiotic, thinking that this man was going to really retire, telling people that he's not going anywhere. Were you chanting Hova, Hova?
I was chanting Hova,
Yeah.
Hova.
Didn't Wayne do that too? Say he was going to retire?
Yeah,
No,
Yes,
I
he
don't
did.
recall.
he did.
I don't.
Yes, he did.
I don't. I don't recall Weezy ever announcing
Yes, he did.
retirement.
Yes, he
When
did.
was this?
Does he get a pass?
When was this? I gotta see it before I can judge it.
But does he get a pass?
No, he don't get no pass, but I
Come
don't think that's
on,
true.
man.
Listen, I'm not biased. Everybody gets the same grade.
You're not biased. Everybody gets the same grade, but you sit here and say, "Oh, ain't nobody checking for Sci-Hi."
But they're not though.
Who are you to speak for everybody? You don't speak for
I'm
everybody. If you
uh,
don't listen to Sci-Hi, you don't listen to Sci-Hi.
I'm the candy man, bro.
I don't care. I don't care if you sell peanuts on the corner. And this was back in 2016. The 33-year-old MC said he didn't want any sympathy. He said, "I am now defenseless. and mutually defeated, and I leave gracefully and thankfully. I love my fans, but I'm done. What does that sound like to you?
Yeah, it sounds like tucking your tail between your legs and you can't sell records.
And did he retire?
No, he didn't retire.
Come on.
Moving on. Pete Rock back in the news. Of course, without CL Smooth as always. He says that drill rap is garbage. Um, we've had our opinions on drill rap. Um, infamous mayor who Rev Barber doesn't care for has blamed drill rap on violence, and why the violence keeps going up. Rev, what's your opinion? Do you agree with Pete Rock? Is drill rap garbage?
I do not agree with Pete Rock. He sounds like an old man. I don't know what his deal is as of late. Suing Nas, denying the cannabis album, which they clearly had proof that he did agree to production on it. I mean, his Instagram page is pretty fun, but no, I don't think drill rap is garbage. I think mumble rap is garbage. Drill rap is different. I think I've said this on an episode. I see some boom bap in drill rap. I think it's like kind of like the evolution of where boom bap has went. I don't see why he says it's garbage. I mean, he ain't really he's just kind of shooting at the mouth and just stating an opinion on that. I feel I don't really think like he had any facts to back up why he feels drill rap is garbage.
All right. What about you, QG?
Well, speaking of his Instagram, this is where this whole thing stems from. It was a video that was put up by Mayor Eric Adams that addressed the violent nature of drill music and his plans to ban some of the genre. That video has since been deleted. And under that video, Pete Rock said, drill rap, that's trash hop, not hip hop. I've been told y'all about this kind of stuff. I'm just quoting him verbatim. IDC, call me what you want, but that kind of hip hop is doo doo and it disrupts the soul. I told y'all that already, man, with a laugh out loud. He's like, nobody speaks up on this trash. He says that this drill rap is solely for corporate greed and it's destroying the hip hop culture. I agree with Rev on the standpoint of Pete is not going to understand drill rap. It's not his era, it's not his genre. The music is totally different. There are many forms of hip hop. I personally don't listen to drill rap, but I'm not gonna knock anybody that likes it. If you like drill rap, that's your thing. It's just that time and the era is different. When Pete was doing this thing, there was no drill rap. It was just rap. You got these kids coming in. If you were born in a certain era, you grow up with what was around you. And I blame radio for not providing enough balance. I think that's also the problem. If all you're hearing is drill rap, drill rap, drill rap, and you don't have the other types of rap, then it's not providing what it is. Granted, you can listen to whatever you want, but in a universal sense, obviously, the sound, the rap style, the technique, drill rap has taken over and it's everywhere. So I don't think there's enough balance. And he's not the only one to criticize it. Yes, he's been vocal, he's been outspoken about it, but it's just a culture thing. It's just a balance, and he's not going to agree with it, and I understand.
Well, I have a multi-layered opinion on this. Do I see now? I'm a huge, and it's been well documented throughout the history of this show. I am a huge Pop Smoke fan. What is Pop Smoke's specialty? Drill music. Now, while I don't listen to every drill artist out there, I'm not gonna say the subgenre is completely trash. But as you said, it's Pete Rock. He's a guy who hasn't been relevant since the '90s.
That's got nothing to do with it. That's got nothing to do with it.
Can I finish?
You can finish, but I have to cut you off every time you say something outlandish.
That's not outlandish.
Yes, it is.
Rev, am I being outlandish?
A tad.
What does being relevant have to do with actually contributing something in the game? Pete Rock is solidified. It doesn't matter if he's not doing anything now. Just address his opinion.
Well, like you said, he's a guy from a different era who doesn't understand the music. He's probably going with the narrative that the mayor is going with, and this is causing the violence. But like, I mean, drill rap is not my favorites. Like I said, Pete Rock, Pop Smoke just happened to be one of my favorite artists. But I don't think that the sound is trash though, and people fail to understand, especially the old heads. Like nothing stays the same forever. Things are going to change. You know what I mean? Who knows? 10 years from now, drill rap might not even be a thing anymore.
I
So
agree.
if I were him, I wouldn't worry. In hip hop, there are trends and fads that start and die all the time, bro. So I don't know what Pete Rock is tripping about. Like,
Ain't nobody checking for the mayor.
no, that's right. I mean, ain't nobody checking for the mayor. The mayor, instead of stopping the gun violence, he rather blame drill rap and go to the Met Gala with his ugly ass outfit.
All right, all right, all right, all
But
right, all right, all right. You're doing too much. Come on now.
I'm not doing too much.
Yes,
Listen,
you are. Come on, man.
I'm speaking. Listen, this show is made for us to speak our minds. All
Yeah,
right,
yeah, yeah. But you like to go over and say, oh, he's going to the Met Gala. What is that? Come on, keep it rap. Who
I
cares?
am.
Who cares if he's going to the Met Gala? So what?
You're supposed to be the mayor of New York. You're not supposed to be partying with the rich.
What do you mean you're not supposed? You know how many people in politics party with the rich?
If
All of
I,
them.
you know what? I'm gonna get into politics so I can party with the rich.
You ain't getting my vote. That's for damn sure.
Run for city council.
You can run, but you ain't running for no city council.
Vote Candyman for a better community. There you go.
Throw tomatoes at him.
But nah, I think Pete Rock, like, especially if it's something that you don't understand, like, you should just keep quiet and mind your business.
Is
You know
it
what
the
I mean?
same when Nas? No, he can't keep quiet. Was it the same when Nas said that hip hop is dead?
Nas was still relevant at the time. He could
It
speak.
doesn't. No, no, listen, Pete Rock is a legend. It doesn't matter if you don't have an album out today. No, dog. Pete Rock is Pete Rock, no matter what.
Yeah, Pete Rock, who we haven't heard any music from in almost a decade.
And have you checked his latest work? What you mean for almost a decade? He has new stuff out there. You have to be a fan and and,
Yeah,
and, and, and and go after it.
he did Peach instrumentals recently.
Yes, he did.
Uh,
I
and
don't agree with him though. Like as far as what you said about drill rap and like I feel like Al's right. Like I started off like he's sounded like an old man, and he really shouldn't care too much because like you said, like we don't know if drill rap's gonna be around for how long. I don't see no problem with it personally. I mean I know that it's like it is kind of like gangster rap, you know what I mean? Like when it first came out, like like the West Coast and stuff like that. It is very
Agreed.
brash, very
Agreed.
influential. You see a lot of
Right.
these kids. Go ahead.
No, 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 no. I'm following you, brother. I'm
Oh yeah,
following
yeah.
you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You see a lot of these kids like reciting the rhymes, doing like the dances or whatever. It is kind of like war music, but gangster rap was war music too. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, hip hop is opinionated anyway. Everybody's going to have an opinion on it. I agree with you that he should have just left it alone, just ignore it, just continue to do what he's doing. It's just because it's so big and so popular and everywhere, he's hearing it. He's like, well, what is this? Why is it? Why he's trying to understand why is it so popular? Why is it so big? He's not gonna like the style of the sound because of the generational gap. So I agree totally.
I I would love if he tried to make a drill beat.
Oh God, imagine
Nice little twist, right?
that'll be something.
I should have told him that on his Instagram. Like, why don't you make a drill beat?
Right. Something to try. Maybe he could. Maybe he could. We'll see.
I think it'd be fire.
Oh yeah, Pete will put some drums and everything into it. Yeah, Pete is one of those. He's a craftsman.
um, number three. Oh boy. Uh, I'm smiling as I'm looking at the format here. Um, the game is back in the news.
Oh boy, here we go.
The game, and it's funny because he's making comments about somebody I don't really care for, but I got an opinion. But the game says he's a better rapper than Eminem, which is which QG is angry,
I'm
and
very angry.
I got an opinion. But since you have the biggest opinion, we're gonna save you for last.
No
Rev,
problem.
start us off. Is the game a better rapper than Eminem?
The game is not a better rapper than Eminem. He's not even the best rapper where he's from. Like, what is his deal? Like, does he just wake up and like, hey, I'm just gonna do some shit to try to be relevant today? He's mad. He was mad at the Super Bowl. Now he's mad at this. There's other things he was mad at too. It's like, bruh, like, why don't you stay in your lane, bro, and just understand and like, you're not these top tier MCs. Understand that. If you want to be, just keep working at your craft. Let the music speak for itself. But it's a load of crap, honestly. Every time he speaks, it's something fucking juvenile or something fucking. I don't know. I think he needs to go see like a therapist or something.
But all right, well, here's my opinion on the entire thing. So I have a partial respect for the game. Reason being is because I feel that the game had one of the greatest debut rookie albums in the history of rap. Fair enough to say, right?
Yes.
Okay.
You mean the 50 Cent album?
Oh no, don't do that.
That's for another topic. But
Don't do that. But I do feel that I do feel that he had one of the greatest rookie albums ever. However, and I know a lot of people might about their jaws might drop when I'm about to say this, but since that point, since his second album came out, Doctor's Advocate came out, Game has become a cocksucker, a name dropping, name calling cocksucker. Why? Because the man wasn't on Aftermath anymore, and he kept screaming Aftermath and shouting out Dre, even though he wasn't there no more. That second album was all about crying. Now, as far as he's a better rapper than Eminem, I don't like Marshall all that much, but I gotta rank Marshall higher than I rank the game. But I feel like the game lately has been doing too much. He went on Drink Champs and did the interview and wore a ski mask the whole time, um, which I didn't understand. I think that's the Kanye influence.
he took it off
Um,
eventually.
yeah, but and I don't know. The game just seems to talk a lot. Yeah, y'all ever notice that? He talks a lot. Even when Nipsey Hussle got killed, I don't know if y'all remember that video he made. He drove around Crenshaw and just did a lot of talking.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Like, my man, just make music. Just stay in your lane. Like, I don't know. Like, I feel like the game just talks more than he should. And if you want to be the better rapper, you're not gonna accomplish that by talking. And then also, look who you're targeting. Eminem. You don't have more record sales than Eminem. You don't have more plaques than Eminem. You don't have more awards than Eminem. Like, just my God, just stay. Like Rev said, and Rev made a good point. You're not even the best rapper where you come from, let alone let alone picking on somebody from another part of the country. I really can't believe I'm sitting here defending Eminem, but yeah, man. Like, go ahead, QG. I know you're angry.
This is why I'm upset about this whole situation. I have no problem with Game. I'm a Game fan and I like his music. But and if you're a rapper and if you feel you're the best, if you feel that you're better than everybody, I have no issue with that either. My biggest problem is this narrative that's going around saying you don't hear Eminem in the locker room, you don't hear Eminem in the hoods, nobody is playing Eminem wherever you go, nobody's asking to hear Eminem. This is the thing that I don't like. I feel that's a lazy, ignorant statement to prove a point. It's one thing not to like an artist, it's one thing not to like their music, but don't you dare, wherever you are, diss this man's hard work. I don't like the fact that the man is being torn down from his hard work. If you don't like someone's style, that's fine. But like I said earlier, nobody is supposed to dictate what you listen to. If I want to listen to Eminem, I'm going to listen to Eminem. I don't need anybody out there to tell me to listen to Eminem or listen to any other artist. I listen to Eminem because I choose to. If 100 people are listening to something, and if I don't want to listen to it, I'm not going to listen to it because it's my choice. And Candyman alluded earlier about a debut. M's first major industry album sold 6. Game, you sold 5. And this whole thing about, oh, M is not better than me. You're targeting M for a reason. We all know what Game is trying to do. Anytime there's a new album coming out or anything like that, he's using a beef tactic or anything, and that's fine. People do whatever they do to sell records. But I just don't like the fact that people are destroying Eminem's hard work. The man worked way too hard and sacrificed himself to get to where he is, to get these sales, to get this credibility. Whether you like Eminem or not, hard work is hard work. And I've stated this on the show. There's plenty of MCs that I don't like. When I say don't like, it has to do with their music. You know what I mean? I'm not a Lil Wayne fan like that, but Wayne worked hard to get to where he is. I'm not a Cameron fan like that, but Cameron worked hard to get to where he is. So I respect everybody's hard work and hustle. In order to be a legend, in order to be a star, in order to be an icon, and anything that you do, you have to work hard. Eminem has worked hard. He's given us three his first debut, the second album, the third album. I love. I could listen to those all day. And Candyman alluded to the record sales, which is fine. But I'm tired of people using the same argument every single time. You don't hear him in the hoods. You don't hear him in the locker rooms. Nobody says put on Eminem. That's a weak argument and a weak statement, and I'm tired of it. You people, whoever you are who come up with that, have to come up with something better. Don't tear down this man's work.
I mean, to be fair though, how many sporting events do we go to? Well, I know out of the three of us, I go to more than anybody, but he does have a point. You don't hear Eminem get played.
But why do you need that? You don't need that to listen to
Nah,
him.
they always play Lose Yourself, especially at City Field, no?
Correct. They play Lose Yourself.
Lose Yourself is the only Eminem song I could.
Oh, come on, man.
So
no,
what?
but like I've heard more Game songs. Like they always play "This Is How We Do."
That's a 50 Cent song.
Oh, stop!
They don't play Game by himself. Do you hear Game by himself?
They played. What else did I hear at City Field? Not "This Is How We Do." "Hate It or Love It."
That's 50 Cent on the song too.
Another 50 Cent song.
But you see the problem. But you see what I'm saying, guys? Why do you need validation from other people?
And you really don't, but that's another point though. You really don't hear Eminem get bumped in the hood though, bro.
You
come
don't
on, man.
Need that. Who cares?
Eminem's like one of the league leaders in streams. He's over a billion.
Come on, okay, so somebody getting bumped in the hood dictates a reason for you to listen to it?
I'm not talking about me. I'm just trying to tell you.
I'm asking you personally. Do you need that to listen to somebody?
Bro, I only be in the streets during the summer because it's Hoochie Daddy season.
But
I don't know
No. Listen, I don't care about Poochie, Hoochie, and Coochie. I'm asking you a question. Do you need the neighborhood to tell you that this person is nice?
No. I make that determination myself.
Good. Game is just doing that to try to sell a record and to try to make himself sound better than Eminem. And I have no issue with anybody feeling that they're the best. But don't destroy the man's work and try to make him seem like he's nothing when he's clearly proved time and time again that he is something. Find something else to do it. At one time, M was one of the most feared and on top of the world. Everybody has their turn. M worked hard. I don't care what anybody. M worked hard to get to where he was at. Overcame a lot. People forget.
And they only play 50 in City Field. Game in City Field because 50's on and 50's from Queens.
Well,
I've got a point there.
Who knows? But all I know is that the Game need to stop the cocksucking and just focus on making music, man.
I have no problem with game. I like game's music, so I just hope that the album
And
is hot.
I'm a game fan, but I gotta call fair, man. But our last bit of news in the hip hop world is one that intrigues me. So FX, the cable network, just announced that they're going to have a Dear Mama 5-part docu-series that's going to focus on Tupac and his relationship with his mom, Zafini. And I got a lot of questions because, as the both of y'all know, I went to school for filmmaking and documentary making and all this and editing and all this other stuff. So naturally, that piqued my curiosity, and of course, you know, I'm a big Tupac fan. Shout out to Big Shug. Keep your head up wherever you are. We
That
got
has
it.
nothing to do with Tupac.
Yes, it does.
All you do is just shout out Big Shook, Big Shook, Big Shook, like you work for Death Row.
First off, I'm just showing love to the homie. All right.
Tupac has worked with many other people other than Suge Knight. So you
Yeah.
think because you shout out Suge, that's synonymous with Pac. No, it's not. That's just a layer. That's just a piece.
Well, I'm shouting out the piece. But anyway,
One
um,
piece.
now this is going to be an interesting docuseries because, as we know, or as we later learned, Alan Hughes of the infamous Hughes brothers is the executive producer, which is interesting because Tupac beat him up and bragged about it on Yo MTV Raps. So is this going to be a biased slander type docu series? That's number one. Because I know if somebody beat me up and then I had to make a documentary about whoever beat me up, it's gonna be a hit piece. So that's number one. Number two, who are they possibly going to interview? Pac's been dead for 25 years. Afeni's been dead since what, 2015? Are they going to use old footage of old interviews, or are they going to like who are they going to talk to? Are the Outlaws going to be all over it like they are every other Tupac post-death documentary we've seen? Is this going to be like all those bootleg DVDs that was floating around in early 2000, where the interviews are going to be shot in dimly lit hotel rooms? Like, we're like, what is this? What's going on here?
You love that DVD so much, don't you?
What DVD,
You keep bringing it up. The whole dimly lit hotel rooms. Why don't you tell the people who you're talking about?
bro? First,
Yeah, you're laughing because I called you out on it.
first off, Big Frank made that DVD.
Oh,
Okay,
God,
you know,
Jesus, Lord. I don't know why you love disrespecting the dead.
I don't disrespect the dead on this show, but
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You did it a whole bunch of times, but continue.
I don't disrespect the dead people. Don't listen to QG. He ain't
Don't
taking
listen to
it.
QG, but he insults Frank for wearing a vest and a cowboy hat, and and Frank was going at it with Death Row Records. He's spoken out about Afeni Shakur when Afeni Shakur died, and and he has a disdain for Afeni because of the music that she did with Pac's music after Death Row.
So first off, the peel behind the curtain. The reason why I laugh about Big Frank, and shout out to James from England, who literally writes us every 2 weeks asking us to review one of the greatest hip hop documentaries of
That's
all
not one
time.
of the greatest hip hop documentaries of all time. Don't listen to that nonsense, people.
Well, James from England seems to think so. You gonna tell him
James
he's wrong?
James from England doesn't think so. It's just because we mention it all a single time. He actually wants us to give his review about it. It keeps being brought up on this show. That's why he wants the review. It has nothing to do with it being good or bad. It's just that it keeps coming up because of you. You keep
Well,
alluding to it every time.
the Biggie and Tupac documentary. They went to go interview Big Frank on a ranch. He answered the door and he says, "All right, let me just change my clothes." The man came out with chaps and a cowboy hat. Woo. Oh man, let me stop. But no, I got some serious questions about this documentary. Again, who is going to be featured on it? Are they? I mean, again, Tupac died in '96. There's only but so much footage or pictures that you could throw in there of Pac and Afeni. And again, who are you going to interview? Who? I mean, is Mo Preem going to be involved? Because he don't
Don't
really
do
like.
it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it.
Don't
Every
do
time
what?
you bring up Mopreem, you always bring up the part in that same documentary about the embarrassment and everything like that. You do it every time. You can't mention Mopreem without mentioning that for some reason. I
You
don't know
didn't
why.
even. You didn't even
That's
let me
exactly where
speak.
you were going. That's exactly where you're going because you do it all the time. Well, Mo Preem, he's going to talk about the embarrassment and he's going to mention the things about, what was going
the,
on at Death Row and
and the
the getting stripped
humiliation.
naked and the humiliation. Yeah, you see what I'm talking about? Why can't you mention that man without mentioning that? Why?
Why would you imitate me? You got to put on that voice.
Because that's what you sound like.
Yeah, we do that last week.
Nah,
Yep.
but,
We
and
did.
people agree. And people agreed with y'all, by the way. But
Hey, well, shout out to the people for agreeing.
but do you understand why I'm skeptical on this documentary? Because it's like, again, who are you going to talk to?
I get that part why you're skeptical because it's like, what's going to be different about it?
And not only that, the guy who's making the documentary is a guy that Tupac didn't like.
I don't. For those out there that don't know, the Hughes brothers, um, they directed Menace to Society, and that's Tupac auditioned for that film. He was going to be in it. He was going to play um, Sharif's character, the guy that turned to the Islamic faith, and Pac didn't really like that role. He was going to do it. He just wanted more of a backstory to it. Like, why is Sharif this way? Sharif used to be a gangster and he changed his life around. Sharif really wanted to be like O-Dog or Wax, you know what I mean? Shout out to Lorenz Tate and MC8. But disagreements happened. Pac kept questioning everything. A scuffle broke out, a fight broke out, and they sued. I believe they won the lawsuit.
They pressed charges.
Yeah, yeah.
Tupac spent
So
I think he spent like 4 or 5 days in jail for that.
yes, he did. And you're right. Like out of everybody, I mean, you want to get somebody close to Tupac. And yes, Alan Hughes is a critically acclaimed director, but it's like, who do you get? Like, what do you do? Like, who made the call to get Alan Hughes? What's the deal? Who's behind all this? I truly believe that because the documentary, the 5-part docuseries, is really going to focus on the relationship between Tupac and his mama Feeney. They're going to focus on how the way that she used to punish him if he ever did anything bad. She would make him read the New York Times from cover to cover. He would have to do a report on it, and then they would have to debate about it. I think they're really focusing on that relationship, and of course the song "Dear Mama." We know the story of Mama Feeney, what she went through as a Panther with drugs, being on the run, Pac going from this city to that city. So I think this is really going to highlight their relationship because there's a lot that we don't know. There's only stuff that we've seen and stuff that's been reported. So I think you're going to get some people from Oakland. You're going to get some people from, Baltimore, Maryland. You're going to get some people from New York. I would be interested if they reached out to Pac's father. I would really love to see him and be a part of that because we've seen him before. He's
My
done interviews
man,
before.
my man, Billy Garland.
Your man, Billy Garland, huh?
That's his name.
Yeah, but how's he your man, Billy Garland?
And that's his name.
No, man. But I mean, yeah, the Outlaws you'll definitely see. Probably Ray Love from Oakland. Maybe Richie Rich and a couple other people. So who knows? But it's gonna focus more about Pac and his mother because there were plenty of probably some ex-Black Panthers who are going to be involved in this thing. Maybe people from his cousins and stuff like that, his aunties and uncles. So I hope it focuses more on that.
Rev, you got any opinion?
Oh man, I think you summed it up pretty well. You guys did a good job with it.
I mean, Rev, like,
I'm definitely gonna watch this
yeah, I'll
because
watch. Yeah.
I want to see if it's gonna be and you know what my biggest problem is, and I wish T.O. was here to drop the soundbite, but a lot of people took a shit on All Eyes on Me, and I liked All Eyes on
And
Me,
there's a
right?
reason. There's a reason. There's reasons. And I am one of those a lot of people. And I told you why. Inconsistency. They didn't
Listen,
focus on the man's writing. That's another problem. And a lot of the acting was, ugh.
Yeah, that's
I
why
Oh,
I'm
mean,
too gun ho. I mean, I am gonna watch it as hip hop, but yeah, I don't want to have too much of opinion, until it comes out because like its predecessors like weren't really the best, but
see,
we could
see,
just
see. But
hope.
here's my problem. The guy who directed and produced and executive produced All Eyes on Me was L.T. Hutton, somebody that was actually cool with Tupac. And now we supposed to have another Tupac project with somebody that he didn't like?
would you
No,
mind
you
telling
can't.
the people who was originally supposed to direct it but got let go?
Wasn't it John Singleton?
It was John Singleton who also had a relationship with Pop.
But no, man, like this doesn't sit well with me, and I'll be very surprised if it's well done.
I mean, hopefully it is well done. If it because the purpose is to focus on the relationship between him and his mother, so I hope that it does do that. But Rev, how many Tupac documentaries have you seen?
Ooh, Resurrection.
Hmm?
Does the movie count as one?
Yeah, I
The
would count
movie
it.
counts, yeah.
I've seen some off-brand stuff like on YouTube.
Resurrection was good.
Yeah, Resurrection was cool.
Resurrection. Now you see, Resurrection was done well because they had Tupac narrated it, even though they took old sound bites of it and put it over the movie.
Yes,
But Resurrection is my all time favorite Tupac project.
likewise.
But but Resurrection worked because Afeni had the final say in everything.
And not only that, the clips came together perfect. It was a timeline. You started at the very beginning and then you moved on.
Yeah, but Dear Mama on FX, and FX is a major cable network. They're owned by Fox, so this is a big deal.
Yeah, it's a big deal, and it will be on Hulu as well.
So if you miss it on cable, you will be able to see it if you have the streaming service. But any final opinions before we get out of here on anything we discussed or things that we didn't touch?
I
Oh
think I'm
well,
straight.
yeah, you good, Ref?
Nah, you go ahead, bro.
No, yeah, bro. Just with everything going on, you know, let's see what happens. Down the road next week. I think I heard that there's some new projects, some new releases coming out. So definitely stay tuned to that. Check out the social media pages, people. The Rap Lab podcast is all over social media. And shout out to the album of the day that came out. It was Wu-Tang Forever, and it's a project very near and dear to Rev and myself. And
Double album.
that
Hell
came
yeah.
out in 1997. 4 million sold, Grammy nominated, the infamous and famous Triumph, one of the premier songs. So celebrate. Wu-Tang is for the babies.
Yep, Wu-Tang definitely for the children. So should we tell them? Should we tell the people what is coming next week, or should we just surprise them?
What you think, Rev? Should they know about it?
Since you already mentioned it, why not?
A topic that we playing fantasy hip hop next week, ladies and gentlemen, and I think it'll be something very cool, interactive. You can send your submissions too, depending on if we get enough emails. We might even discuss what y'all write on the air. But basically, we're gonna play a game of should they have been on that track? Meaning, we'll be looking at some songs throughout the history of hip hop, and if we think that somebody didn't belong on a song, we talk about who we would replace them with. So that should be fun. If you want to play along with us, send us your thoughts. Email raplabpod@gmail.com or hit us up on the IGDM at raplabpod. But yeah, and, shout outs to our guy Tio, who's not here, handling business. Shout outs to the Rev, who's working hard. Shout out to QG, who is the social media manager. And shout outs to everybody who listens to this show every week. So, with that being said, we see y'all next week.
Peace.
Welcome to the rap lab. Welcome to the rap lab. Welcome to the rap lab.